back to the Summer Grill Series here on Chuds BBQ, everybody. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I've got a beautiful, big old pork chop that we are going to grill to perfection, and it's going to be delicious. Growing up, I was never really a big fan of pork chops. Out of all the other meats you could throw on a grill, pork chops never seemed to tickle my fancy. And that's mainly because they would always seemingly come out dry and chalky and tough, and I think there's two main reasons for that. First and foremost, the USDA for the longest time required pork to be cooked to 160 degrees internal. And if you cook any steak or chop to 160 degrees, it's going to be dry. Reason number two, I think, was the quality of the meat. Nowadays, if you go through the grocery store, there's aisles of commodity pork chops that just are pale and just sad looking, really lean, and seemingly impossible to cook right. But ever since I started breaking down quality hogs at Leroy and Lewis, the pork chop has come back into my life because I realized that it really is just the New York strip and the ribeye of the pig, and should be treated as such. This is a beautiful pork chop. I butchered this out of a pig myself, and if you want to see me do that, you can head over to the Leroy and Lewis Patreon page. There's plenty of videos on that channel of me pulling various cuts out of hogs and cooking whole hogs, doing a whole bunch of butchery, and this is something we started doing pretty recently at Leroy and Lewis, so be sure to head over there if you want to see all sorts of what we're up to and behind the scenes stuff. Oh, Jesus! Right now I'm pulling out the tenderloin. Beautiful. Away she goes. Away she goes. And there we have it. A beautiful rack of bacon ribs. What we should be left with? Cole, come look at this thing. An absolutely beautiful pork chop.
That's a nice one. Nice, bud.
Looking good. You can really see the difference between the ribeye on top here and the New York strip, if you will. But this guy, nice and thick cut, came out of a local hog, and I'm really not going to do much to it. I'm going to hit it with some salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic. We're going to throw it on the grill, and it's going to be just so good. At Leroy and Lewis, we brine these, which is a really great option for pork chops, especially if you're doing something that's a little bit leaner or from a commodity pig or something. It's a great way to add some extra moisture and extra flavor. But like I mentioned, I want to treat this just like a steak. We got plenty of marbling right in there. Big old fat cap on there. Meat is nice and tender already, so I'm just going to keep it real simple. Starting off with a pretty heavy dosage of kosher salt. In a perfect world, I would dry brine this for several hours or overnight, but we're gonna keep it simple today. So I'm gonna pop this in the fridge while we get our fire started, let some of that salt draw the moisture out, and that'll help our other seasonings stick down the road. Is there anything better than watching charcoal light? This is my new happy place. This video is brought to you by Manscaped, and fellas, with summer in full swing, it is getting hot. And an easy way to shave off a few degrees is with this, the Lawnmower 4.0 electric buzzer. This thing comes equipped with replaceable ceramic blades designed to be extra gentle around the old pocket rocket. But if you're looking for an even closer shave to get you ready for Speedo season, consider the Ultra Smooth package. This comes equipped with the crop shaver with replacement blades, crop gel shaving gel, and crop exfoliator for a smooth finish to make sure that your dipstick always comes out looking clean. So if your bushwhacker needs a whacking of its own, do your coin purse and mine a favor by clicking the link in the description taking you to manscaped.com. Use promo code CHUD upon checkout to receive 20% off your order plus free shipping. That's manscaped.com, promo code CHUD, 20% off plus free shipping. Thank you, Manscaped. So as I mentioned, the USDA changed their mind about pork temps, and now they're saying you can cook pork to an internal temperature of 145 degrees, which is a lot better. We're talking more medium, which is going to be a lot more juicy. Again, if you know where your meat is coming from, which I do, I've been to this ranch, I broke down this animal myself, I trust the rancher, you don't have to be worried about food safety nearly as much if you're getting quality stuff. Also, it just tastes way better. I'm just going through now, hitting this with a little bit of black pepper and some garlic powder, and you can do whatever you like. I actually really like using different rubs on pork chops here and there. I think it does well with a lot of the extra flavors, the paprikas, maybe a little bit of sweetness, plays nicely with the flavor of pork. But again, the point of this video is I want to treat this just like a steak, because just look at that. Perfect. I think it's time to sear this thing off. As far as searing this off goes, I'm just gonna kind of do it hot and fast. Flip it periodically. It's a nice fatty piece, so we're gonna get some flare-ups like this, but that just means extra flavor. After searing this off, we're right at 135 degrees. That's going to carry over right upwards of 145, which should give us a perfect juicy pork chop. Ooh, I think it's time to see how this super simple, delicious, beautiful pork chop came out. Start by taking it off the bone. That's going to be some good gnawing in a minute. Well, let's find out. Yep, that's fantastic. Beautiful meat, a little bit of pink in there, nice and tender, nice and juicy. And it looks just like a steak. Tastes like one too. Just nice and tender, nice and moist. Oh, There's nothing about this that is reminiscent of the grilled pork chops from the 90s. What more do you need? That fat on the end, nice and rendered. It's like the ultimate pork steak. You know, it's just so simple, yet so flavorful. Gnawing off the bone. Yes, please. Oh my God. I'm telling you, folks, if you need a new life experience, find your nearest local high-quality pig ranch and pick yourself up some high-quality pork. Or go online. It tastes buttery, yet I put no butter on it. Like, come on. Yep, I'm gonna eat all of this. All right, y'all, and that is how to make the ultimate pork chop. And I know it seems really simple, but it's just like anything else. You have to start off with some quality ingredients, just like a brisket. If you start off with a select brisket, you're gonna have to resort to brines or injections or complex rubs or water pans or complex wraps or all this stuff to try and get something good. Whereas if you start off with something really high quality, all you need to do is not mess it up. And as far as the pork chop goes, it is definitely worth it because that is unlike any pork chop I've ever had in my entire life. But that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. It's with your support that I'm allowed to keep making these videos, so thank you so very much. If you do give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at ChudsBBQ. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see me cook next, and until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!